After sending out your resume to countless job postings, you finally landed the interview. Now you need to make sure that you ace it and get the job. So, what's the first thing you do? The New York State Department of Labor wanted job seekers to hear directly from a company about what they look for in an interview. Jill Spofford is a recruitment manager for Pitney Bowes Business Insight, a company that employs thousands worldwide.
As much research as you can do ahead of time, and letting the recruiter or the hiring manager know that you've done that is definitely key. Shows your interest.
And when you get to the actual interview, what you look like matters. It's the first impression. That first 60 seconds is important.
Dress to impress. I would always say, if you're going for a professional job, definitely wear a suit. It doesn't matter what the attire of the company is. Even if they're a software company, they're a bit more casual. I would still dress to impress. You're there to interview. Good firm handshake, good eye contact, smile, look the person in the eye.
Once the interview gets started, you want to relax, be calm and informative. Think about what you're saying. Being nervous can lead to rambling or forgetting the questions asked.
I always try to recommend to people, try to keep in your mind to, maybe a minute or two per answer. You're trying to be thorough. And then what I usually recommend is when you're done, you can actually turn to the recruiter and say, did that answer your question? Would you like any further information? Is there anything else I can tell you more about? Kind of check back with the recruiter now and again.
So, what's the best thing you can say during an interview?
The best thing they can say is to show that they're actually targeting that company and that job, that they're not just sending out hundreds of resumes and they just happen to get a call back from you. So definitely, letting them know I've done my research, I want to work at your company.
What's the worst thing you can do?
Almost along the same lines of the best thing, really just kind of having that attitude that you just sent out tons of resumes and you just happen to fall here, or you're just looking to get a foot in the door.
Spofford says she understands how frustrating job searching can be, especially if you've been on the hunt for a long time. But she cautions, don't let that seep into the job search or the interview.
I definitely have some folks who just every single job that we have on our website, almost no matter what it is, they apply. That's not a smart tactic. It does make you look desperate. If you are not qualified in any way, you shouldn't apply. It just doesn't make sense, and it does make you look desperate, unfortunately. And I think that does, deter a recruiter from calling you for a job where possibly you might have the skills, because they're just seeing your resume time and time and time again. And I think that's kind of a judgment call.
One thing that should not be asked during the first interview is salary. Spofford says save that for the second interview. And finally, at the end of the interview, it is okay to ask what the next steps are, when you should follow up, or when do you expect to hear from them. Always send a thank you note. Spofford says it's amazing how many people don't do it these days. It will make you stand out amidst the crowd of applicants and might give you the edge. So, take a deep breath, relax, and talk about the one thing you know most about, yourself, your talents, and your skills. Good luck, and remember, the Department of Labor has free workshops on how to ace the interview at its 81 one-stops across the state.